another update. And this week we actually have a little contental oomph to the update. Now, some of you may notice this is not my regular scheduled time. This is the brand newly inputted early bird special stream window, to put it mildly. As you can see, there's a brand new operation added in. Honestly, I feel like that is overpriced. Let's start with the news. Classic maps, all from Halo 3, which personally I felt like Halo 3's multiplayer maps were just sad compared to CE and Halo 2. And just held the multiplayer back, really. But again, that's just my personal opinion on the matter. Combined arms, basically a mini season within a season type thing, which replaces each season as the new operation system. There's the challenge, and that's all for the news articles. I don't. What? Okay, so it's dedicated to the Rashta, whatever it's pronounced, basically. Huh. Now that's actually an interesting one. Okay. I would probably need to see this description for that one, because that's just weird. Nothing but ugly helmets. And nothing's premium locked during the 34 days it's available. But as you can see, it essentially replaces the season pass. And adds its own challenges by the looks of it. So it looks like it only adds one a day. This um this just literally feels like an ugly blocky version of the Halo 3 slash Reach's close quarters combat helmet. Only the center of the armor was gold. Interesting how the camouflage weapons are part of a bundle that stands out a lot. Can't really see that design too well. Everything but the helmet and coatings of this bundle are kind of my style, although it still suffers from the rushed back. Oh hey, look what's back. Okay. I guess that's like a shader or tinted visor attachment. Not sure how I feel about this coating shader, whatever you want to call it. I still find it annoying how this is overly priced and thrown in as a bundle when, considering they're doing this nostalgia kick, they should have threw it in as well as the Hero Mark 6 skin as part of a code reward for this Mountain Dew event they're doing, Halo 3 throwback, what have you, and instead did cores for the Mark 6 as a hero award and purchased core of this that just works with certain parts of the Mark 5B armor. Like all the Mark 5B helmets are usable type thing. I don't know. Good for thought. But it's definitely something that 343 did not plan out or really think on very well. Or deeply or anything like that. Says I got a new emblem. What is this new emblem? Oh, just the sledge and Veterans Day emblems, huh? I'm going to where is oh, new cadets I see. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the ability to look at this ghost. Ray thing. Ray Hunter doesn't look impressive on this preview. Even though there was a video that showed it on some cores where it did look impressive. Wonder if it's only one though. Supposed to be in alphabetical order by default, isn't it? So it doesn't show up at all in the ability to preview, but yet they want you to decide whether it's worth money like that. Wow. Some of the, like, when they showcased it on the trailer video, it showed something more gray with a glowing blue. Like, fluorescent blue, like, aspects on it, but it was only for that, whatever the core, the bionic looking for. This one, the Chimera that they showcased it on. So, curious to know what it looks like on different floors, but it isn't even a lot of people do it. So, for credits. Right now, that's the only incentive to spending the 500 credits. I guess they didn't have a way to figure out a better name for high ground. There's gotta be a easier way. Okay. So it's definitely possible to find these. Wonder if there's a way to look at them from the games list. Yes, there is. Even if it is a little convoluted. Okay, well, that should help. So, those who want to save those maps and want a more permanent version of the Halo 3 Refueled will have to go in and basically do what I just did to at least bookmark the maps or download their own copies. However, honestly, I recommend doing both because bookmarking means that it'll be bookmarked to your account. So if you swap between the cloud, the Xbox and PC version, or even Xbox to Xbox version, like on a friend's console or whatever, you're covered. But saving a copy just literally saves it locally and saves a fresh new copy, making you essentially the publisher, but won't transfer over to any console to console, PC, or cloud. So, depending on what you plan to do or want to be prepared to do, that's essentially what I recommend. Now, I think I kind of want to, but kind of don't want to go into their playlist just because I don't want to deal with the additional game modes. I want to more explore. Huh. Obviously, it's currently not even allowing one to save the maps anyways. Okay, I'm gonna start with testing the game on I'm gonna do it in board because it's easier to view things, or at least it would be, but apparently not. All I want to do is be able to that did nothing. So freaking needlessly convoluted, this whole menu system. This is probably the map that I'm most familiar with out of all the Halo 3 maps, other than Narrows, but that has changed the most. I guess I can't limit the amount of players. that'll have to work for now, for viewing it. I am going to be leaving the early bird window for my likely streams on the schedule, even though I won't always be using it. It just depends on what's going on, I suppose, in life and in content. However, if I do a early bird weekly update, it'll replace the normal scheduled broadcast for later in the day.
Slayer.
I'm probably gonna throw in a late night window as well.
Fatalities give points. Points give victory.
Just to cover all the bases.
Active. Camo obtained. Active camo. Inbound. Active
The
camo
only thing I
available.
don't remember about this particular map is like weapon placements. I mean, I remember where a lot of the weapons spawn, but just not what actually ends up spawning there, if that makes sense. Quite a few new climbable areas.
Grapple shot acquired.
Is that just a light, or is that an Easter egg or something?
Calculating approach angle.
Okay, so there's an invisible wall there. And I don't remember there being a gap right here. Gravity hammer's still here, although it's on a portal thingy. Port thingy. Wasn't this a shotgun? I don't remember a rocket launcher being on this map. Or should I say the original? But then again, considering we only had the bulldog as an option. And that's different. This used to be a solid platform, I believe. Like in a little arena. And pretty sure there was a sniper up here. Although I think in most game types it was just a beam rifle. Yep, an invisible wall. Oh, now the sniper's over here, okay. There used to be a wall there. Okay. That is this one.
Victory!
Depending on how long it takes, I would like to showcase all the refueled maps, but I haven't done anything yet. I still got another game to cover and schoolwork to do. So, which is why I'm doing an earlier version of it. So, I think I'll just cover one more. Let's do one that doesn't have a rename, because it's possible that because it's renamed, it's loosely inspired and not like a faithful remake or remaster. One thing I hate about the new Forge is it is not, and I repeat, it is not controller friendly at all. I spent 4 hours just trying to get one doorway put in on a map because I couldn't get the controller controls to do what I was trying to do, even though they said that was what you used to do it. So it's obvious to me that the new Forge mode is designed from the ground up to be keyboard and mouse focused and more friendly than a controller. And I'm mostly ever done most of my gaming on a console because I've never had a powerful enough PC. In fact, I'm running a 2400G AMD processor with a R5 200 series graphics card. I can't even play something like Halo Forge. Access open. Yeah, I don't think it's access open, although that would be cool to have a new area. And it's the Bandit Evo, nice.
Downloading Shroud Screen firmware.
There's the bullet casings for the turret, but no turret, huh? Nope. I was hoping that they were all bent Evos. That's not the case. And I see the doors permanently open on this one. Which with scripting, it should be possible to recreate that dynamic. I like how they basically made it look like you're next to the other map that had the same palette as High Ground, the one with the satellites. Hear how far back you can go. believe the one I'm thinking of was part of a DLC.
Generating local blackout.
Well, that door's not there anymore. Not in usable fashion.
There's new traffic on the Covenant battle network.
So far, I want to say it's a pretty faithful remake, although there are some issues. The missiles do explode with enough force, but they don't actually launch or anything, do they? No, just the effects of the core. The new, like, additions, such as the gratings and the ability to see past the map, definitely make the map feel more larger than it really is. Okay, well, they added scripting to that, although they made it irreversible, but they didn't do the doors. And it doesn't actually. Wow.
5 minutes remaining.
Not sure what activating that's supposed to really do. It definitely feels like with all these things that should be scripted that aren't, and without the turret, it is an incomplete remake. But then again, I don't think they added any human ground-based turrets into the Forge palette yet, so. Although one thing I never liked about the original, and it despawned after using it, that doesn't help. The original map was the fact that the scripted objects were single use in Halo 3. And in real life, you would use a control panel to lower or raise something or open something, and would always, almost always, unless there's an issue, have a way to undo it, basically. Open and close doors, raise and lower barricades, especially in a military installation. And I felt like these maps with the little scripted things, when things weren't broken, should have reflected that. Like the hatch up here that you would melee bash. Makes perfect sense that it would, not be repairable, but barricade in the door should have been open and closable, honestly. Oh, well, that's this map.
Victory!
And now I am gonna switch over to the Destiny side of things. Yeah. Ah, the Iron Banana's back with Crucible bonuses. Honestly, I haven't done the Iron Banana since I think since they introduced Gambit, really. I guess I got some legendary shards I need to get rid of. That reminds me, I should probably mention for those who don't know, either this season or the end of Season of the Witch, they are removing legendary shards, and any unspent legendary shards will be lost with no compensation exchange or anything like that. So it's advisable that you spend as much as you can before the end of the season, which is less than 2 weeks away.
Proceed. Proceed.
Gino, whatever, 0. It's a common enough shader. New Pacific Rush is back. And Dead Orbit's Fate.
The loom was your creation as well as mine, Shay.
I think yeah. The last time I played Iron Banner was probably about before Forsaken, when they still had level 20, and then you started increasing your powers in Destiny 2. Or was that Destiny 1 that did that? I think they both did. Until they just removed the leveling system in its entirety. Which I still don't agree with the fact that they did that. I think it helped. Especially considering in the end they just essentially created into this Guardian rank system.
Ow! Can you get the job done in time?
This is a apparently Twitch Prime exclusive coding which is only available for the bundle, which I think is... Why do they even bother with... They didn't even update it to... Wow. Okay, whatever. During this, period where it's available. And then you even got this, thing.
Glad you're still getting out there. You don't look too banged up.
I remember when Dragonfly was, the bomb. The God Roll perk. But I think it was only really a God Roll perk for AoE effects back in Destiny 1. And then it was kind of mid during Destiny 2. And now it's just like not even really worth it if it's not a kinetic weapon. When it comes to
Killing a ghost is no
any
easy
of
task, but do not for even a second question
weapon types because of the additional elemental perks, exclusive perks that are much superior, although I do not believe they have ones for every element yet. I know they have one for Soul, and I know they have one for
Let's see.
Strand and Art. But I don't think they have one for Void or one for Stasis. I do think they have something similar to Stasis, but not as good.
I told him to do this yesterday.
Because it's like literally identical to Firefly, except for instead of a small scale explosion, it creates a little ice crystal that's like a tombstone. In fact, I think that's actually what the perk's called, tombstone.
I think that's
Lighter
it.
blade. That's actually one of the seasonal featured cosmetics right now.
I don't have time for this. I think that's it.
This one was available last week as well. Here we go. Withered Hoarder bundle includes glider flight. So by getting that now, you can get a discount on the bundle itself. So that's it for the Hunter's set of cosmetics. Honestly, when it comes to cosmetics, it's always mattered to me because, like I pointed out in a couple previous videos, I like to play games with custom characters so that I can create my ideal self and insert them into these worlds, as it's more immersive that way, and I can get more invested and involved that way. But that also means that cosmetics really, really matter to me, or even over function most of the time, because ideal self, right? So this comes through in the things I cover when it comes to what's new and the detail I try to work with. Hence the reason why I started showcasing what each shader for the week, or cosmetic for the week, that has any differences for different things can be seen as much as possible. Such as in Destiny, each of the classes and the way it affects their armor. Or at least the armor I'm currently wearing for that character or class. There are some armor pieces that don't follow the same palettes, and then with the armor cores of Halo, I'm pretty much following that same principle whenever possible. But it's not always possible, like currently with the exclusive for the operation. For those who are already watching that segment or have watched that segment,
I am afraid this will all
they already know this, but
at the corners
it's
of my
apparently
mind.
bugged out.
But that is how I know it is important once.
Shader, whatever you want to call it, is not viewable outside of the Battle Pass, and therefore is only viewable on the default Mark 7 core with default attachments. And of course, I'm not perfect, so there are things I sometimes miss. But
Then this one connects
I
over.
try to be as,
What? How could the couplings be different sizes? That doesn't make any. Ugh.
I've had issues with stuff like that in real life, so that's kind of humorous. I try to be as detailed and cover as everything as possible, but sometimes I just forget it, like the featured exotic for each class up here, because it's the only thing that's different for each class in this item section. It is easy to not think about it. Same thing with the recommended. And part of the issue with the recommended is it rarely actually has anything that I would even give a damn about. Okay, so that's the... Why am I thinking Spark? Titan, there we go. Titan, cosmetics for this week. So many different games, so many different terms. Sometimes they just blur all together. Same thing with controller schemes, which is why I actually go out of my way for any games with custom controls to create a more universalized control scheme wherever I can. As a result, I've kind of based the control scheme off of Destiny 2's controller scheme with custom controls. But as you notice with my constant using of grenades in Infinite, it didn't work so well. Part of this is because of the fact that I didn't completely have full control over custom controls in the beginning due to, I guess, a bug or something, so I got sort of used to
Welcome back.
button being equipment, but at the same time I also got used to it being a grenade button because of Destiny. So it's like when I want to throw a grenade I press it, but when I want to use equipment I also press that one button, and it's like it doesn't work so well. But that's also partly because I haven't had much time playing Halo as I have Destiny since I did that change. Why is it not loading? I think I did this one full preview, but I was not really paying attention to what I was doing showcase-wise.
I have never put faith in the Traveler, but I am starting to trust in its guardians.
Shysta. I just realized on the Titan I missed the Prime exclusive shader that I just picked up, previewing what it looks like.
Just breathe, Ada. Just breathe. Whatever that does for this body.
Why not? Alright, well, that's it for the cosmetics on the Warlock side of things. I don't know, I was about to say Destiny side of things. Oh, wow. I'm gonna switch back to my Titan really quick to showcase that shader I missed. And I just got a notification on my secondary screen from YouTube. One of the Destiny people I follow, Cactus HD, and it's literally on about how Destiny 2 might just win the most awkward gaming award there is. That actually sounds like something of note. Oh, correction. Destiny 2 might win the most awkward award in gaming history. It definitely sounds like something of interest and note. I won't be able to cover it. I mean, I suppose I could try to blast my secondary monitor's crappy speakers with the video playing and hope my mic picks it up in a way that matters and is understandable. But then I would be subjecting you, the viewers, to a idle screen, basically. So I'm just not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to recommend you check out that YouTube video yourselves. And when I upload it, once it's done processing, I will see about, if I remember to, linking that video in the description on YouTube. Anyways, that's pretty much everything on the Destiny 2 side of things as well. And, Sir's not here, so nothing to spend those shards on at the moment. And I don't even know what master god rolls are for anything. I just go with what sounds good to me. So I wouldn't even be able to cover Zer rolls to begin with. In fact, I rely on videos from Cactus HD and I believe it was Destiny Fun Police as far as what's good for god rolls for PvE or PvP. Although I don't much care for PvP. I basically gave up on pure PvP game rolls with Halo 4 and the last time I played Iron Banana. Anyways, that's the end of this stream. Thank you for watching. I hope I covered everything that matters to community within my time allotment, and hope to see you watching my stream next week. Until then.